Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum students. So this is our 8th lecture today of maths for class 8, and today we will start chapter number 14, information handling. Starting with exercise 14.1, in which we study arithmetic mean. So what is arithmetic mean? Arithmetic mean is used to determine the central tendency of data. What does it mean? Whenever we have a data, right, from the data, the central value, the most central value of the data is your arithmetic mean. This is also called an average or a mean, right? The average value or the mean is your arithmetic mean, right? And it is represented as AM or X bar. Now come to the calculation of arithmetic mean. So arithmetic mean can be calculated under ungrouped data or under grouped data. Under ungrouped data, the formula we have is x bar is equals to some sigma x upon n, right? Here the sign of sigma is your sum of x is the observation and n is the number of observations. And in the group data, the formula we have for calculating arithmetic mean is x bar is equals to summation fx upon summation f. The sigma fx is your summation and this sigma f is your summation f, right? Where the symbols represent this sigma is your sum of x is the midpoint. And how can we calculate this midpoint? This we will study in the exercise. F is the frequency, right? Now in this exercise 14.1 we are required or we will solve this group data only, right? So keep this formula in your mind that whenever we have to find the arithmetic mean under group data, we have the formula or we will use the formula that is x bar, which is equals to summation fx upon summation f. This group data we will do in our exercise 14.1. Now come to the question number 1 of the exercise, that is calculate the arithmetic mean for the following discrete frequency distribution. And this distribution table consisting of the marks obtained and the number of students. Okay? This number of students and the marks obtained shows that if there are the 13 marks, it means there are 2 students who have got 13 marks, or if 15 is there in the marks obtained, it means there are the 5 students who have obtained this 15 marks and there are the 4 students who have obtained 18 marks. So this is the table we have given and we have to calculate the arithmetic mean. Now starting its solution, how can we find out the arithmetic mean when we have given the discrete frequency distribution, right? Discrete frequency distribution means that we have given the single value with their frequencies, right? Now starting its solution, right? So in the solution, first of all we will write the formula. The formula we have for calculating arithmetic mean is x bar is equals to summation of fx upon summation of f. Now how can we get this summation of fx and summation of f? Let's see the table that we have given. The table we have given is consisting of 2 columns. The first column is your marks obtained and the second column is your number of students. The marks obtained is your x, right? And the number of students is your f, right? So the sum of f means we will add all the frequencies to get summation fx, right? We will add 2, 5, 4, 8, 2, 6 and 3. We will get the summation f and that is equals to 30. Now come to the fx. In order to find the summation fx, we will first make a column for fx. Fx is actually what? Fx is the product of x and f, right? We will multiply each value of f and x of respective रो, राइट? जितने भी ये रोज़ है हमारे पास, जो पहले रो हमारे पास है 13 and 2, सेकेंड रो 15 and 5, ठीक है? इन रोज़ के जो आपके पास वैल्यूज़ हैं एक्स और एफ की, उनको मल्टीप्लाई करते जाएंगे. सो वी विल गेट the fx, right? So the first row, that is 13 and 2. When we multiply this 13 and 2, we will get 26. Likewise, this 15 will multiply with 5, we will get 75. And when 18 multiplies with 4, that gives you 72. When 20 multiplied by 8, that gives you 160. Likewise, when 21 multiply with 2, that gives you 42. And this 22 will multiply with 6, that gives you 132. And when this 23 multiply with 3, that gives you 69. So these all are the values of fx. Now in order to find the summation fx, what we will do, we will add this all the values of fx, right? It means we have to add all the values of the column fx. When we will add all these values, we will get the summation fx is equals to 576. Now what we have to do, in the next step of our working, we will put the values according to the formula, that is the value of fx and the value of f and value of summation f in the next step. So we will get as x bar is equals to 576. It means in the numerator, that is summation fx, we will replace it with its value, and likewise in the denominator, that is summation f, which is equals to 30. So we will write 30 here, right? When we will divide this 576 with 30, we will get x bar, the value of mean, that is 19.2, and that will be your answer, right? Now come to the next question, the question number 6 of the same exercise, which is the following are the heights and inches of 40 students of class 8. Find the arithmetic mean. Now we have to find the arithmetic mean of our data that is consisting of heights in inches and the number of students. Now look at this table. This table we have given with class intervals, right? What is the class intervals? As you see that the heights and inches has been given in the groups, right? Now the first group, that is consisting of 48 to 50. It means there are the students whose height is 48 to 50 are 5, right? So this type of data in which we have given this class intervals. And how can we find the arithmetic mean of this type of table? We will come to know by this question, right? One more thing I want to tell you here, that in this class intervals, right, in this class intervals we have given 2 limits, right? अब वो 2 लिमिट्स हमारे पास क्या होती हैं इन ईच क्लास. अब जैसे कि पहली क्लास हमारे पास है 48 to 50, राइट? अब इस 48 to 50 में हमारे पास जो 48 है वो हमारी लोअर लिमिट होती है और 50 हमारी अपर लिमिट होती है, ठीक है? इसी तरह से इन द नेक्स्ट क्लास, दैट इज़ 50 to 52, दिस 50 इज़ आवर lower limit and 52 is our upper limit, right? Likewise 52 to 54, this 52 is our lower limit and 54 is our upper limit, right? And the number of students, as we have done in the previous question, this number of students is your frequency. Now starting its solution, so how can we find the arithmetic mean? Come to the solution. Now in the solution, the table we have given, which is consisting of 2 columns, and these columns were heights in inches and the number of students. So according to the formula, the sum of f is the total of all the frequencies, that is 40, right? Now come to the x. What is x here? Whenever we have given the data in class intervals, right, so x will be the midpoint, right? x will be the midpoint of the class intervals. अब वो x midpoint class interval का किस तरह से होता है? Like the first class we have given, that is 48 to 50, right? अब इस 48 to 50 जो आपके पास है, इसका जो midpoint आपके पास होता है, that is your x. अब ये midpoint को कैसे calculate किया जाता है? Let's see. We will add the upper limit and the lower limit of each class and will divide it with 2. ठीक है? हम अपर लिमिट और लोअर लिमिट हर क्लास की क्या करते हैं, उसको ऐड करते हैं और उसे डिवाइड कर देते हैं विथ 2. जब हम पहली जो आपके पास क्लास है that is 48 and 50, right? We will add it, so and we will add it, we will get that 98. अब 98 जब 2 से डिवाइड होगा that will give you 49. Likewise the second class that is 50 to 52, right? When we will add this 50 to 52 and divide it with 2, right? So we will get 51. Likewise 52 to 54, when we will add it and divide it with 2, so we will get 53, right? Likewise when 54 will be added with 56 and divided with 2, that gives you 55. And likewise in the next class, that is 56 and 58, when we will add it and divide it with 2, so we will get 57. And 58 and 60 when will be added and divided with 2, that gives you 59. So these all are the values of midpoint, right? Now in according to the formula we required the summation of fx, so our next column will be fx. Now how can we find, or how we will find this fx? As you see that in the table, frequency we had given and x we have calculated. Now we will multiply the value of f with the respective value of x, so we will get fx, okay, of each class. So the first value of f is 5 and the first value of x is 49. When this 5 will multiply with 49, that gives you 245. Likewise when 7 will multiply with 51, that gives you 357. When 10 will multiply with 53, that gives you 530. Now when 9 will multiply with 55, that gives you 495. When 6 will multiply with 57, that gives you 342. When this 3 will multiply with 59, that gives you 177. So these all are the values of fx. Now we will add them all to get summation fx, right? When we will add this all the values, we will get 2146, right? This 2146 is the value of summation fx. Now come to its working. So starting its solution, keep these two values in your mind, the summation of f and the summation of fx, right? The formula for calculating arithmetic mean we have is x bar is equals to summation of fx upon summation of f, right? So in the next step we will put their values, the summation fx, that is 246, so we will write its value in the numerator, and in the denominator we will write the value of summation f, that is 40. When we will divide it, we will get the arithmetic mean, that is 53.65, right? And this is your answer. These questions are very simple and easy. Only the working is in your 2 steps, right? But you have to work on the table, right? The table, understand the table carefully, right? And then you will easily solve this working, right? You can easily find out the arithmetic mean if you have understood how to make the table and how the required columns will be made, right? I hope that you have understood how to calculate the arithmetic mean when we have given our data in discrete frequency or we have given our data in the class intervals, right? So what you need to do in the assignment number 8, that you will copy down both the questions that have been explained in your lecture, and you also have to practice by solving question number 2 in the exercise 14.1 and the page number 213 you have given, and the question number 7 that you have given on page number 240, right? So today we have learned what is arithmetic mean and how can we calculate arithmetic mean under grouped data. I hope that you must have enjoyed today's lecture and understood whatever has been taught in this lecture. Now, Allah Hafiz.